Hi, this is Ellie with Full Moonlight Tarot 20, and we're pulling a tarot reading today. Now, as I always say, take it if it resonates. If not, move on to another reading. But for those of you in my collective for whom this resonates, you have walked away from something with the Eight of Cups here. The Cups is all about emotion. So this is something your emotions were tied to. This could have been a relationship. This could have been a family situation. This could have been a job that you really thought was the job you wanted to do for the rest of your life. This was something you felt called to do, and something didn't work out for you. And now you're walking towards your Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment, right? Now, with Temperance being right beside that, I see that you're now going through a time of healing. And this is very necessary. You need to restore balance within yourself after what you've been through. Usually the Eight of Cups, you must have had a lot of heartache associated with the goodbye, as you said, to a situation. With the Four of Pentacles, I feel like now you're holding back. This is, if you tie it to finances, this is a card of being miserly, but seeing this is to do with emotions, you at this time feel like you can't trust anyone. You might be holding back from forming new connections. You might be very distrustful. You might just feel like you need to stick to yourself, and you really don't want to share yourself with anyone, whether this is friends or family. I feel like this is you just holding back. Now, I asked Spirit because I wasn't sure if this reading was going to pertain to my collective or someone around you, and the Seven of Swords flew out when I shuffled, and the Tower was at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like you are steering clear of situations that I feel like people were stabbing you in the back. The Seven of Swords is a trickery energy, and I don't feel like this was you. I don't think you pulled the wool over anyone's eyes. I think this was done to you. A tower had to happen because I feel like maybe you were keeping yourself stuck in a situation, even though you knew deep down that it wasn't good for you, and that people who were involved in the situation may have had nefarious plans. They were doing stuff behind your back. There may have been gossip. Sometimes this card can even be someone who's stealing from you. Whatever the case is, this was a very, very negative environment that you walked away from. And honestly, you would have kept yourself stuck in if that tower moment hadn't happened, right? If it hadn't come to a point where things were really obvious and put in your face, and you knew that this had to end. So the Tower card is very much a card of transformation. Now, this meant to happen. This Tower has made you break free from some bad habits you had yourself, right? For instance, the habit of keeping yourself trapped in bad situations that aren't good for you, maybe because you feel like you don't deserve better, or maybe because, there are some deep traumas that you carry that make you keep choosing toxic situations over and over again. And now I feel Spirit has stepped in and made you face that. So if you're going through a tough time right now, if you're grieving, if you're kind of going over what's happened in the past and you kind of feel like you really feel negative about it all, I understand that, but this is causing that transformation within you, because now that you're going through this transformation, you will never allow other people to do this to you again. You will never allow yourself to stay trapped in situations like this again. Like, you're growing and you're evolving now. This was a huge lesson that you had to learn. And once you're done with that healing process, once you've healed from this and you've come into your own and you finally realize your worth, so many new doors are going to open up for you. Your life is going to completely transform. But first, you need to get to that place where you build that self-confidence and you find that self-worth and you stand up for yourself and you will see situations for what they are. You won't be walking around with rose-colored glasses and romanticizing things and people. You won't be making excuses for other people's behavior anymore. You will stand up for yourself and you will walk away from those situations. You will not keep yourself trapped in those situations anymore. And that's beautiful. So that's what I have for you today, guys. Love and light. We will talk again soon.